Let's go, huh? The battle blazers, 1, 2. Gotta make layups, we gotta rebound.
This is Utah Tech basketball and the John Judkins Coaches Show.
Great win, proud of you. Let's keep it going.
And hi there again, everybody. Welcome to the John Judkins Coaches Show, presented by Strap Tank Brewery and Family Restaurant on Crosby Way in St. George. Rod Zundel, along with the Coach Juddy, John Judkins. Trailblazers get a split of the two games last week, a 4-point win over Abilene Christian on Thursday in Burns Arena, then a loss in Cedar City on Saturday. So right now you're 11-6 in the Western Athletic Conference standings. That's good enough for third place. You've secured a third seed with the win Thursday in the WAC tournament next week. But you have one game left in the regular season. That's Saturday at home with Utah Valley. So just take us through last week, your overall summary of what went on, because it was really a tale of two games Thursday and Saturday.
Yeah, it was a tough week. Again, having it at home was nice to have Abilene Christian at home. We didn't have Dario. We didn't have Tanner. That game, so we went not very deep in our
only
bench.
Dressed eight players.
8 guys, yeah. And so Dallin got some time, Preston got some time. Those things happen. Injury bugs happen, and other things happen. So that we had to get that one out of the way and get that win. And I was proud of our guys. It was tied with about 6 minutes left. 6 minutes ago, and I said, "Hey guys, here we go, man. Let's see how tough we are. We know how to figure out a way to win." And they did. They came out and did a really good job of finishing that game, and they're a good team. I mean, they're playing for something too. They don't want to get in that 6 and 7 spot. They're trying to get to that 5 spot, because at 6 and 7 you got to play that game on Wednesday, and nobody wants that game. So again, I was proud of that. Our guys came out pretty good, but then I found out on Saturday, man, we were dead. We kind of took all of our juice out of that one, and gives SU a lot of credit. I mean, they played really well, and they had the whole week to prepare for us, and I think they were just a lot more fresher than we were. But again, we battled there for a while, and we did some pretty good things. Yeah. So again, Rod, this week's a very important week for us of preparing, getting our guys healthy. We got to play well on Saturday, and then jumping right into the tournament.
So when you look at the WAC standings, Utah Valley sits atop the standings at 12-4. You're California Baptist, they are 11-5, and then you're 11-6. So you're half a game behind California Baptist. The Lancers and the Wolverines, they play 2 this week. Utah Valley's at Southern Utah and Cedar City on Thursday. California Baptist is Southern Utah. So
Saturday, yeah.
Saturday. So we're kind of Southern Utah fans this week, aren't we?
Yeah,
because if you get the first 2 seeds, then you get a bye until Friday.
Yeah. Now, again, we know the first place is out. We can't probably get that, but now we gotta get the best seed we can. But more importantly, Rod, I want to be playing the best we can.
Yeah.
And that's what we got. We can't worry about those guys. We got to worry about ours. But SU's playing really well. They, 2 games before ours, they played really well and they lost, but they were some really good games. So give them a lot of credit. And they went big on us. Mm-hmm. They've been playing a lot bigger with their 7-footer and other guys, and they played well. It just wasn't our night. It seemed like things just were bouncing weird and just one of those nights. But all we got to do now is just go take care of our business, play the best we can, and go into the tournament. And like I said before, Rod, anything can happen in that tournament.
Yeah, if you finish the 3rd seed after Saturday, you will play on Thursday in Las Vegas. If you get up the 2nd seed, you won't have to play until Friday. Give you an extra day off. So you talk about wanting to get playing your best basketball going into next week at the tournament. So when you look at that tournament, and what you say is so true, because every team in this league can win.
Yeah.
I mean, it is so wide open, because Southern Utah's, they've defeated Utah Valley, the first place team. They've given California Baptist a tough time. Tarleton, if they're healthy, they've got,
they got their guys back.
They got the third leading scorer in the country and all that. Mm-hmm. They're back. So it is wide open. So you have to be hitting on all cylinders next week.
And that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're doing this whole week, is just kind of tune up some things, keep them fresh, maybe not go as long, try to keep their legs under. This is a very important week for us, and then also jumping in. If we can get to that 2nd seed, like you said, Rod, that helps us to prepare all the way till Friday, not to play on a Thursday. But again, we'll do whatever we have to do, but it all depends on, we just got to take care of our business.
Yeah, can't worry about what anybody else does this week.
Correct.
All right, so let's go back to last Thursday night in Burns Arena against Abilene Christian. And, Coach, you got off to a great start. You were moving the ball just extremely well the first couple of minutes to jump out to an early lead.
Yeah, every time we've played them, we've done that, share the ball, and we get some good looks, and we're knocking them down. So they guard a little different. They really double team kind of the ball screen right there, and Ethan did a really good job. We call them little short rolls, and then he was passed. We had some great back doors. They really try to get into you in pressure, Rod. They want turnovers. They're trying to get turnovers on every pass, and I loved how our guys shared it. And when teams pressure you, if you handle their pressure, you can get good shots, and that's exactly what we did.
Dallin Grant, you talked about him getting some time.
There's a good pick. The guy switched on him. He found the roll, went down. Him and Preston gave us a few good minutes. Like I said, we were down. There's Noah sneaking from behind, get another left-hand dunk down the lane. Again, just being active defensively, and I really liked what we did on Thursday night.
You led by 9 at the half. Second half, you went right down to Ethan.
Yeah, he kind of lost the ball there, and I thought, he shot a 10-foot hook shot instead of a 5-foot hook shot. But again, he had a really good game. He was sealing. He was reading their defense. They went small second half, trying to match that. They just felt like their big wasn't doing a very good job on Ethan when he was rolling and getting to the basket.
And then Trujillo really started to take over.
Yeah, he hit some good shots. Again, just sharing it. I love this one right there, an extra pass to the corner. Gets him off balance. He shoots his shot balanced. I love threes as long as they're balanced. If they're forcing them, they're backing up, it's not good.
Big moment right here on the offensive rebound. Toby Aribi.
Yeah, he was just extra effort. And we talked about that after the game, was every extra effort we got, we scored. You know, those offensive rebounds or loose ball. And there's a three we got just because Toby hustled. Just because he hustled and stayed with it. We got to get more of that.
Yeah, you were tied at 70, like I talked about. 6 minutes left, and then you guys started attack.
Our last, I think it was 6 possessions we scored, and all 5 of them, and then we got stops, and that's kind of changed the whole game. But our offense was really clicking those last 6 or 7 possessions. There's a double team. Ethan caught a good catch right where we wanted him to catch it, knew where he was, and finishes it.
Talk about defense, Potter, right here.
Yeah, we call it wall up, and he just puts his hand up there and gets a block, and we get the rebound.
Up 2, couple of minutes left, you attack again.
Yep. Again, Chance was being aggressive. I thought we could do more of that, of getting to, because they guard you differently. Like I said, it's really kind of a one-on-one defense. They don't really help very much. They stay on their guys. And if we can get a good ball screen or good fake and set up and be able to reject the screen, we felt we could get to the basket, and that's what those guys did. So I was happy the way it ended.
Yeah.
I thought we had that 9-point lead. We kind of let it get away at second half, but I was proud how they came back. When it was crunch time, they knew what to do. They didn't panic. They executed, and we got some really good baskets.
And you challenged them, you said, about the 6-minute mark when it was tied at 70, let's go out and let's play hard and get it done. And they did, and you mentioned both sides of the floor, too, because they made some big stops to get some buckets underneath.
Well, that's what you got to do. Everybody goes on runs. Every team goes on runs. And when I said that to them, we came down, like I said, those last 6 possessions, we scored on all 6 of them. They scored on a couple. We did a good job. We were up 3. We tried the old foul up 3, and it worked for us. The guy made one, missed one, and then we got the rebound. And so some things that we've talked about and we've worked on in practice. We had a chance to do it in the game, which was nice to see our guys do.
So 85-81 was the final Thursday night. Potter, 25 points, 11 for 14 shooting. So you could tell he was getting close to the hoop to make those shots.
He was reading it good, and then Juice and Chance were doing a really good job of finding him on those pick and rolls, because like I said, they were really trying to double team the ball, and that leaves him open if he rolls right, and he did a great job. Then he was spraying it, or he was scoring it, and that's exactly what we worked on all week to do that. He did a great job.
Trujillo, a career high 24 points, 6 3-pointers, a career high. But he wasn't playing hero ball, 4 assists, too.
Yeah, again, if we share it, Rod, I think if we defend and we share the ball, I think we can beat anybody here. And when we don't do that, that's when we have our problems. Our losses, or maybe we're trying to do too much. Maybe we're not rebounding as well as we need to rebound. Those are when we don't play our better games. But that game, we were sharing it. And we had a lot more assists to our baskets. I don't know what it was, how many we had, but we had a lot of assists, and it was
15
fun.
assists to 7 turnovers.
So we're sharing it, and those guys averaged teams 20-something turnovers a game, so we had 7. So we did a really good job of taking care of the ball.
And their pressure defense, you always have said that you like to play against pressure defense because if you're patient and move the ball, you get good shots. You shot 61%.
Yeah, that's what the guys
that
did.
proves it.
Yeah, and the coach even said that to me. He goes, man, you guys are tough to guard because of how we shoot it. You know, we shoot it so well from the outside. It just changes. Then they have to spread out and guard us, and then we go right inside to Ethan, and that's exactly what we did.
You talk about toughness and how you want your team to be tough. You out-rebounded them by 5, and they only had 6 offensive rebounds. So you did everything you wanted to when it comes to physicality.
Yeah, and that was our game plan. That's what we wrote on the board. We got to do a better job on the boards. We did that on Thursday. We did not do that on Saturday.
And speaking of Saturday, let's just go right to it. In Cedar City, you got off to another good start too, Coach. Moving the ball well, and you were thinking, all right, here we go. We got things under control.
Yeah, things were going well. We were moving it. We were rebounding. We were, doing some good things. But then we had a stretch. Again, you always these little runs, and they went on a run, hit a couple big threes. We missed some easy baskets. There's just a transition
right off the first play of the game.
Yeah, just came up the court, and they didn't match up very well. Got a wide open 3. There's another one again, hands down. We always teach that. If their hands are down, be ready to shoot it. We started off pretty good. Here's another one, fast break, which I think we got to do more of. And get some easy baskets that way.
And that gave you a 7-point lead, thinking pretty good.
Here we go. Yeah, we thought, okay, now we're cruising. And then they hit some big shots on us. But they weren't double teaming Ethan. They were going with their 7-footer on the ISO part, trying to keep him. And Ethan had some pretty good looks. He made a lot, and later he missed some really good looks I like. But
that's a great pass.
Yeah, it is. He probably could have shot that too. But we'll take that. I mean, that's just being unselfish and sharing the ball. And we did some really good things there for a while.
Yeah, in the second half, you tried to go inside, but they kind of clamped it down, and so it kind of forced you to start taking a lot of threes, and Juice Holt hit a bunch of them.
Yeah, we shot, 18 threes and made 9, which is not a bad percentage. But, when it goes inside the key and we get it in and out, we're so much better shooting the ball, and that's what we were doing earlier. Then we kind of got away from that. They did this little drop stuff on us, drop coverage, which they want you to shoot pull-ups, and they're not going to let you go all the way to the rim. And I think sometimes we tried to go maybe a little too far to the rim. But again, they went big, Rod. They were really, really big, and they crashed the boards, and they hurt us on the rebounds like crazy on the offensive end. We got to do a better job watching film. It's just we got to put the effort in. We can't try to out-jump 7-footers. You got to block them off, and we always say extend, hit, and go get it. Extend, hit, and go get it. And that's something we have to definitely do on Saturday against Utah Valley because they're a very good offensive rebound team.
Juice Holt, a career high 28. Trujillo had 19, 5 more threes. So he's been hot, shooting around 55% from beyond the arc. So, all right, you lose by 14. First half, you shoot 54%. Second half, you shoot 35.
Yeah, we shot tough shots. That's what it was. We weren't getting to the paint. We weren't getting to the paint like we were in the first half. And then we kind of got desperate. We started shooting some tough ones, and then the rebounding, we didn't do a great job on the offensive glass.
You gave up 15 offensive rebounds.
We gave up 15, and we only got 4, and I think 2 of them were the last possession of the game where Dallin and Toby were battling in there that way. But, they're a good team, and they play really good at home, and we tried to tell our guys that, hey, we got to be ready, and for some reason, I just felt the juice wasn't there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because of our game on Thursday and we just got tired. We didn't have a deep bench. We didn't go very far in our bench. I don't know. But something that hopefully it sparks us and gets us a little bit more fired up to go because that wasn't us. Yeah. And, but give them a lot of credit. I thought they played extremely well.
Yeah. One number that I think really it is a telltale of what you do, 9 assists, only 9 assists. You rarely have under double digits assists, and that kind of goes back to what you're saying. When you share the ball, you think you can beat anybody.
Yeah, we could. The last time we played him, Juice had 12 assists and one turnover, and we had 9 total for the team. So again, I liked our fight. I like how we want to win, but sometimes they try to do it too much on their own, and that's when it hurts us, and that's when we got to continue to share it. And if I'm open, I shoot it. If I'm not open, I got to find somebody else or get somebody else open. And that's been our game plan from day one, and we just didn't do that on Saturday.
All right, we're going to take our first time out. When we come back, someone that if you didn't watch the first 2 games of the season, you haven't seen him, but we're going to introduce you to Boston Harker when we come back.
Welcome to Utah Tech University. From classrooms to cliffs and lectures to lakes. Here, we celebrate active learning, active life. Our Trailblazers learn by doing, are career ready, and solve real problems with real partners to meet community needs. Here, students get the full college experience and choose from 300 affordable academic programs. All in one of the most stunning destinations on Earth. With this as your backyard, life is just as active as your education. Come experience active learning, active life at Utah Tech University.
All right, welcome back to the John Judkins Coaches Show. Rod Juddy, and please welcome transfer Boston Harker. Boston, how are you?
I'm doing good, Rod.
Okay, so we were planning, Coach, to see Boston be an integral part of this basketball team, but he played a couple of games and then he had to rehab and had surgery. So Boston, you came here with big aspirations and anticipation to do some things, and then you had to put it on hold for a while. So talk about how that's all going.
I mean, it's been pretty frustrating, honestly, but, you know, it didn't go as expected for me personally, but the season's going good other than that. But I'm just trying to get back and get ready for next year.
Yeah, and we saw glimpses, Coach, in those first couple of games that, all right, this guy, he averaged 13 points a game at Garden City Community College last year. You said, okay, this guy can really be a good bench player for us to come off the bench early part of the season, give us some toughness and shooting.
Well, we didn't even know that. We didn't know if it was going to be come off the bench or not. I mean, that's one thing I do is when we start over, it's brand new. I don't care if you're a starter from last year or what. Whoever comes ready to play is going to be starting. And so he, you know, at Garden City, he played the point guard early in the year, and then he went to a two guard. And so we were trying to get him to learn both because he can really shoot the ball. And so we, again, with our point guard situation, we lost one of our guys, and so we thought, okay, maybe he has to play a little bit point. So we tried him at that. We tried him at the two guard. But again, he just was never really healthy. He tried, and he all of a sudden I see a spark, like, okay, here he goes, here we go. And then all of a sudden he started to get hurt again, you know, and then we had to start back over again and all that. And so that's why we decided to do the surgery thing, get it done, get it fixed, and get him ready for next year. So I really believe he could help us. Yeah. He would help us a lot this year as well. But next year is a whole different year, and I'm excited to see where he comes because he can really shoot it. He's a fun guy to play with. Mm-hmm. He shares the ball. He fits perfect to what we need, what we're looking for, and that's why we went after him as hard as we did. Yeah. So you played in a couple of games. Were you playing injured at that point, trying to get through it? Is that what it was? And then you realized that, okay, got to put this on hold.
Yeah. So, it was trying to play through something and just eventually decided it wasn't worth it.
Who made that decision?
I think kind of everyone in my circle was just gotta get right.
How difficult of a decision was that for you? Because you're just getting here, new faces, new places, and got a chance to be a big part of this team.
It was hard because it was like I felt like I was almost kind of giving up on us, like the guys and my teammates, but I had to do what was right for me.
Yeah, and it's going to help in the long run for him as a person and as a player. Yeah, no question. He's a tough guy. He can play through some pain. Everybody's got to learn how to play through some pain, but this one was pretty bad. In fact, he went up to a specialist up north. That's where it was. That's how bad it got. We couldn't figure out what was going on. Yeah. Our doctors were trying different things, and so finally we went to a specialist up north, and that's when they saw it and thought, hey, it's probably time to go get it fixed. And so I think it's going to be, like I said, he's doing great. He's working out, doing therapy right now. I know he's itching. He wants to play so bad. Just got to let it come, and he's going to be ready for next year, and we're excited. So what's the time frame before you can get back to full strength? Have they given that to you yet?
I think around 4 to 6. Sorry. You're good here. 4 to 6 months, so hopefully I'm ready to go summer workouts and get going back in full swing. Cool.
All right, so you're originally from Alberta, Canada. You played at Garden City Community College last 3 years, right? Yeah. Yeah, so just talk about growing up in Canada and how you got to Garden Community College and then how you got to here.
So growing up in Canada was fun. It was super good spot to be. The town I grew up in was like everything basketball. So I kind of always
hockey? It wasn't hockey?
Wasn't hockey, no. It was basketball.
Don't bring up hockey, by the way. Don't bring up. No, I'm just teasing.
What, are you talking about the Olympic gold medal game? Don't bring that up?
Everyone's giving it to me.
He's a good sport. He's still
but
basketball, a little
basketball town, it was kind of everything. Sports was a big part of my life, and my dad played, so I was kind of always around it. And then COVID happened kind of towards my sophomore year, and that ruined all of recruiting and a lot of opportunities. So I was fortunate enough to go to Garden City and get an opportunity there, and then played, and then I felt like it was the right decision to come here.
Yeah. And back in the old Dixie junior college days, we know all about Garden City because they were big in football and really good at football at the same time that our football
They
team
have a good.
plays.
They have a great athletic program all the way around, basketball and football. But his dad played at Utah Valley.
He did,
He didn't tell you that. So
No,
his
you didn't
dad-
say. You didn't
did,
mention that.
yeah.
So just talk about your family and where you fit in.
So I'm the oldest. I have a younger brother. He also plays basketball. He played at Garden City, but he's going on a mission now, so he's taking a little time off. And yeah, my dad played at Utah Valley, then McCook, and then Oregon for a year, and then played overseas.
Who's his coach, Utah Valley?
Jeff Reiner.
Reiner, yeah.
Oh, Reiner. So, well, that's not too long ago, Coach. That's making us look old.
Oh, that was back when they were probably called Utah Valley Community College.
Some-
UVCC. I think.
Yeah.
Utah
something
Valley
like that.
State University.
Yeah, that
with
was
Reiner.
it.
Yeah, he took over for Dick Hunsaker.
Yeah.
How did you get here? What was the decision to come to St. George?
Obviously the coaching staff. I had a good visit here too, and Utah areas. I got lots of family like Provo and St. George. I've been here on vacation, so it was a good spot.
So you knew all about it.
I knew about it
How cool
before.
it was to be here.
Yeah,
With the
yeah.
cool kids.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It was fun too. We went to Hawaii this year. His grandma was
Yeah,
in
my
Hawaii.
grandma was there.
She's on a mission there in Hawaii.
Oh, cool.
So it was so fun to spend some time with
Yeah.
her and all that. So
Yeah.
he's got family everywhere.
Yep.
We found that out.
Okay, so we're not able to see what you could do this year. What can you tell Trailblazer fans that we're going to be seeing Boston Harker next year when you come back full strength? What kind of game are we going to see?
I like to play with pace. I like to move the ball. I like to make the right play. I think I can space the floor with my shooting and then my ability to get downhill and create and finish at the hoop.
And what do you want to see from him and the reason that you brought him here?
Well, he's hit right on the head. We know he can shoot it. He can really shoot the ball. He's got to work on his ball handling. Like I said, we want to play him at the 2 and the 1. Just kind of we're doing with Chance right now. That's where we see him kind of doing that. And Chance, he wasn't going to be a point guard either. But we lost him. We lost Marvell. We lost some guys that we kind of had to go to Chance and Juice. And I see him doing kind of what Chance is doing and have both those guys play together and sometimes bring the ball up, sometimes being off guard. That's what I'm excited about. But I always love guys that can shoot, Rod, and he can really shoot it. And he's a team guy, and I really love that about his game too.
Just the thought of Boston and Chance on the floor at the same time. Kind of a smaller lineup that can shoot, but also can get to the rim and play physical. I mean, that's something to look forward to right there, that guard line.
There you go.
So, all right, I can see why you did that. Nice job, Coach.
Yeah, there you
now
go.
get healthy, will you?
Yeah, he's got to do his part.
All right, we're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll look ahead to the old Hammer rivalry for the 3rd time this year. Utah Valley, Saturday night in Burns. That's when we come back.
Welcome to Utah Tech University. From classrooms to cliffs and lectures to lakes, our Trailblazers learn by doing, are career ready, and solve real problems with real partners to meet community needs. Come experience active learning, active life at Utah Tech University.
John Judkins Coaches Show, getting ready for our final regular season game in the Western Athletic Conference Saturday night, 7 o'clock against Utah Valley. The 3rd edition this year of the old Hammer rivalry. You split the first 2, you lost in Orem, then you got the win here a few weeks ago against the Wolverines. But they're good. Right now they're number 1. They play Southern Utah on Thursday, and then they come here and play. There could be number 1 on the line, probably not if everything is equal. But they could be playing for first place, and you could be playing for the 2nd seed.
Yeah, they're playing really well. They beat Tarleton on Thursday, then they played Abilene Christian on Saturday and beat them. So they're playing well. They're going through a lot of the same things that we are, though. There's some guys are banged up. This time of year, that's kind of what happens. But they're solid. They beat us pretty good at their place, and then we came and beat them pretty good here. Our first half here against them was probably one of the best games we played. We were sharing it. We were guarding, got a big lead, and then they made a big run. They made some adjustments and kind of attacked us and made it closer than it needs to be. But Todd does a good job. Again, he's an ex-player of mine. It's fun to go against him. He's running a lot of the same stuff that we do. It's going to be us, knowing what they do and they know what we do, and we got to execute and we got to get stops.
Yeah, you built a 17-point lead at the half. You build it up to 21, and then you had to hang on for dear life because Jackson Holcomb and those guys, they really, kind of desperation mode, saying, "Hey, we got to get this thing together."
Well, they did, and they made some adjustments, and they made some big shots. I mean, you miss those shots, and it's a whole different game. But then it kind of got back. But then our guys, hey guys, we've been playing well. Let's keep it going, and they did. They responded back. So we got to have a good start. We got to continue to do the things we need to do. We got to play the best we can going into the tournament. That's what I care about more, is just being healthy, playing together and playing well, and using that momentum to get into that tournament.
And with your rehab, Boston, you're not able to get out on the court and physically help these guys out right now. So what's your involvement on a weekly basis and getting ready for the game to be a good teammate and to get these guys ready?
Well, since surgery, I just kind of started getting back into being able to walk and stuff. So I've been passing to the guys and shooting drills and just kind of cheering the guys on and talking to them, being in their ear. And
he's kind of a cheerleader on the bench now. That's what he's got to do.
Yeah.
And it's tough for guys. He's never had to do it his whole career, but he's done a great job. And like I said, our bench, the support we have on there is unbelievable, and it's guys like him that make it good.
And you hear so often that guys that they get injured or redshirt and they sit out and have to watch the game, that they can see something that they don't see when they're playing, kind of like a coach does. Is that happening to you? That this might be a blessing in disguise, that you can say, "Oh, this has happened, so I'm going to do this when I get out there."
You definitely learn things. You can see the game at like a different perspective, so it definitely helps. I think it's going to help me become a better player.
Okay, Coach, put this final week into perspective with Utah Valley. Go back to him.
Well, back to his thing he just said is when you have injuries, which we hate, it's amazing they'll come to us and say, "Coach, I see now kind of what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see this a little different because of, you see it. Assistant coaches see things differently than I see, and that's why I like to go ask them, "Hey, what do you guys think? What do you think?" Because everybody sees things differently. But anyway, your question for this week.
Put this week into perspective. Final regular season game. Could have a lot on line, but it's against Utah Valley.
Well, first of all, it's senior night, which is always a special night for our seniors. That's the worst part about ending your season is losing those seniors. We have 5 of them. And so we'll do a real special thing for them and our managers as well. And then, then it's just time to go out and play. But like I said earlier, we just got to tighten up some things, fine tune some of the things that we're doing, getting ready for Utah Valley, but also try some new things too to get ready for the tournament. And that's what we'll be doing all week and trying to get everybody healthy.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing right now. We won't go as hard, as long, as much contact. It's more walk-through stuff. It's more film. Things like that we can have our guys have the energy that they need to come out and play. And again, it's our last home game here at home. Hopefully we get a lot of people here. Utah Valley, normally we bring a pretty good crowd for this game, so hopefully we can pack the Burns and send out our seniors on a good note, but also get us ready for the tournament.
So I lost my train of thought there. I was getting so excited about what you're saying. How difficult is that as a coach, though, all the blood, sweat, and tears that you put in with these seniors and knowing that it's the last time on this floor?
Luckily it's not our last game.
On this floor?
Yeah. Back in the day when we couldn't play in the WAC tournament, we knew it was our last game.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the worst part of it, and that's why we want to go as far as we can, man. Let's keep fighting. There's only going to be one team standing, Rod. That's the crazy part. There's one team standing out of these 365 teams. There's going to be one team that didn't lose their last game of their season, and so those are the toughest parts. But we're gonna do everything we can for these seniors, and hopefully they play well and they have a good game, and we move on.
All right, final regular season game of the season. Saturday night, 7 o'clock against Utah Valley, 6:45 pregame on the Fan Sports Radio and Trailblazer Sports Vision on YouTube. Guys,
sounds good.
Let's see you Saturday.
Yes,
Let's go 2-1 on the old Heimer rivalry this year, right?
Like it.
All right, we'll see you Saturday night, Burns Arena. Let's pack it, shall we?
Pack the Burns.
Pack it. See you Saturday.